Hey, what's up, guys? It's Grandmaster Shaymin, and today we're gonna be starting a new visual novel. Um, Obviously, I finished Doki Doki all the way through, got through all the storylines for each character, and of course the alternate ending. Um, So now it's time to play another absolutely random game that I found on Steam, and we'll have to see how good it is. So without further ado, well, let's see if we can't find any of preferences. Eight. Hmm. Okay. Sounds good. Without further ado, let's get right into this. Alright, should I make a narrator, I suppose? Click. Ver. Click. An ominous-looking machine sounded as a large cover-like section of it rose high into the air. A woman with thick chestnut hair and amber eyes slid her way off the inner platform of the machine. As she stood up, she quickly straightened her clothes, finally reached out to close the hatch behind her. Interesting. After several minutes of waiting, two more of the ominous machines opened their hatches. That there is no doubt in my mind that that character right there would be voiced by Index if it was an anime. First, a young woman with deep black hair and an eccentric outfit stepped out. Somehow, she seemed excited. Whoa. Secondly, another woman, one with curly blonde hair and green eyes, which defied her complexion, stepped out as well. In contrast to the prior woman, this one seemed less than happy. The original lady took her place and stood in front of the other two. Yo, it has voices? This is a free visual novel, and they actually voiced over it. Hold up. I know this is gonna be weird, but Jesus, the music is loud. Okay, the music volume. That's better. The music volume is completely unnecessary. Holy Jesus, why does that sound so loud? There we go. So, I mean, I don't know if you heard her, but if you didn't, hello, ladies, I'm Erica Matthews, and I'll be your acting captain. Oh, it's only partially interesting. Welcome to the Blossom. I hope the two of you had a good rest. The two who stood in front of Erica looked at each other, clearly confused. Both of them took a glance around the room. Oh. So this is like Danganronpa shit where they just have this weird short thing, and I'm sure there's gonna be like a section that actually gets spoken. Thanks, but I think there's a bit of a mix-up. I wasn't told anything about a flight. To be honest, I don't even remember how I got here. Yes, how did I get here exactly? I wasn't told anything about this either. Regardless, please bring me home as soon as possible. I have things to do. Erica stared at them for a moment before she gave her head a slight shake side to side. Like, to get water out of her ears side to side, or like the motion for no. No, there is no mistake. You two are now the crew of the spaceship Blossom. Enter ID 10564, the mechanic, and 10356, the doctor, correct? Well, my ID is 10564, and I'm a mechanic by trade. Impossible. We never consented to this. Correct. Consent was neither given nor requested for this mission. Fucking what? Yeah, you guys are coming regardless. Get the fuck in the spaceship. If I was inclined, I'd like to get to know you both better. What are your names, privates? The the quiet woman gritted her teeth with visible contempt, while the young woman, raven-haired girl, still seemed to be in shock. Oh, so that's how it is. I guess it's fine with me then. What? Oh, so you kidnapped us and put us on a spaceship. Dope. That's basically what she said. It's just Kota. What? How can you so easily accept this woman's explanation? We don't even know who she is. Do you even realize the gravity of this situation? Well, if we're on a spaceship, the lack of gravity in this situation? Ah, ah, ah. No? Okay. But I mean, this lady, the one with the blonde hair, she has a point at least. The energetic young woman named Koto Ha turned to her supposed comrade. Sure I do. No point dwelling on it though, right? Now, I have all the time in the world to catch up on my anime and video game backlog. How could that be a bad thing? Fair. Kotaha has her priorities straight. Yet, you seemed so reluctant only moments ago. Nah, I was just like totes confused. Hey, come on, tell us your name too. Not a chance, Captain. Please bring me home as quickly as possible. I apologize, but that isn't possible. As Kota has said, you don't, why don't you introduce yourself now? Being prickly certainly won't be any beneficial to us. Fuck, man, stuttering on my words. You have to be kidding me. The captain's right. At best, you'll just make us cranky too. It's harmless to share your name, isn't it? Or is this like an enemy and you'll drop dead if you tell us? Is that a Death Note reference? I want to say that's a Death Note reference, but kind of. Interesting. I don't even know what that anime thing is. No, there's simply no point in telling you if I'm going home. With a glint of pity in her eyes, Erica placed a stern gaze on the distressed woman. Ma'am, that won't be possible. Please, I ask you to cooperate with us for the time being. Ellipses. There you go. I pray this ends quickly. I have a wedding to plan, you know. For a split second, Erica's eyes drift to the cold steel floor. Oh, nice to meet you. Send me an invite, okay? Sarah twisted her head around in surprise. I don't even know you. Congratulations, that's wonderful. Thank you, I suppose. Now, why don't we all get out of here? The dim lighting may give us all headaches if we linger too long. Come, I'll give you a tour of the ship. This is the second hallway. That's a great name for that. The second hallway. You won't come down here much. To the right is the engine room. Like, didn't we just skip a hall? Don't worry, we'll go back to it. This is the main hallway. Those doors at the end will bring you to the command center. Then one next to it is the lounge, and the one closest to us is the kitchen and dining area. You'll spend a lot of time here, most likely. This is the third hallway. All the bedrooms are located here, as well as the laundry room, and at the end of the hall, no, at the end of the hall, and the infirmary is located in that door on the right wall. Why don't you two take a minute to claim your bedrooms? Erica walked over to a nearby terminal on the wall and typed something on the keyboard. Moments later, the terminals in front of each unoccupied bedroom lit up. Here, all you have to do is enter a password on the terminal in front of the room you'd like to claim. Just don't forget it, okay? Okay, sounds fun. Kotoha ran off towards the furthest door. Sarah remained glued to the spot with a disapproving look on her face. You too. I'm giving you both a head start. I'll pick last. Humph. Despite her apparent frustration, Sarah nonetheless walked to the door closest to the infirmary. Lastly, Erica headed toward a bedroom of her own with a smile on her face. Erica stood in front of a large computer. With the press of a button, an audio symbol appeared on the display screen in front of the gadget. Can you two hear me? I'm going to assume so. Can you please come to the command center in 5 or so minutes? Arigato gozaimasu. Wait, hold on. I butchered that. Ah, you're here. Thank you for coming. Like, what'd you need, Cap? Sarah gave Kotoha a quick and disdainful glare before she returned her attention to the supposed superior. I'd just like to give you both a quick overview of the command center's control stations. In case of emergency or even routine checks, I'll likely need your guys' help. She first pointed towards the right side of the room. I believe, Kotoha, you'd best fit for this station. It's quite technical and requires a bit of upper body strength for the manual controls. As a mechanic, I'm sure you at least have some experience with computers, am I correct? You bet your sweet booty. Kotoha, lesbian confirmed? I love computers. There's so many awesome MMOs to play. You're an odd child. Whatever your generation grew up on, I'm not sure I like that. Child? Hey, I'll be 20 in no time. Odd. I presumed you were more like 16. I was wondering why they kidnapped a minor. I'm sensitive about my young lookingness. Why? That'll come back to help you in, like, a while. The captain tried her hardest to hold back her laughter. Thankfully, she was successful, though her jaw grew sore. She. What? Her jaw grew sore from her not laughing? I'm confused. Ahem. I'll assume that this arrangement is fine. Now, on the left. Next, she raised her other arm and pointed to the left side of the room. Sarah, you will be stationed here. It should be relatively easy for you to operate without further instructions. Fine, I'll go along with this for now, but I have no clue what I'm supposed to do there. Ah, right. You'll monitor the vitals of the ship. Any errors in the system or damage to the ship will cause a warning to pop up on the screen. You can also open and close the safety partitions there. While I'm at it, I may as well clarify you too, Kotoha. You can manually steer the ship, adjust the power and speed outputs, things like that. Sounds easy peasy to me. Good. So let me guess. In your case, Captain, you will sit on your ass on this fancy chair up there and not do a single thing. A. That's incorrect. On the contrary, my role is to utilize the main systems, set the points on of navigation, and control the exterior tools, like the weapons and excavation tools. Wait, excavation tools? Why would we need Why would we need those? Well, this is a state-of-the-art spaceship. It's equipped with for a variety of situations, especially those we wouldn't normally account for. If you say so. Ah, come on, Sarah, don't be a spoil sport. We can go dig up for fossils on different planets, maybe even find signs of life. I bet your fiance would love you even more if you brought home an alien fossil. That's ridiculous. He's an adult. Don't tell me he's as boring as you are. I'm not boring you. Okay, ladies, that's enough. Let's try to get along, alright? We are in this for the long haul. You're free to spend your time however you'd like for the rest of the night. Why don't you cool your heads off in your rooms? So, wait, is this a third person VN? I'm kind of confused. Like, most of the time you're the main character, right? I mean, I know for a fact that this has four endings. So, you have to make decisions at some point, but I wonder if you're making decisions for certain people or whether like you're going to show up later or something. I'm confused. Aw, man, it feels like I was scolded. That's because you were. At least it wasn't just me. The young woman quickly shrugged her shoulders before sprinting out the door and giving Erica a wave goodbye. I hope we can all get along someday soon. Yeah, right. Sarah followed Kotaha's lead and left the room. This isn't what I signed up for. What were they thinking? Those two sure tired me out. I think I'm going to sleep early. Whoa. Alone in her room, Erica picked up an advanced looking PDA and gazed at its screen. Let's see. They're asking for a status report, all right. Her fingers vigorously tapped the device's keypad. Moments after she stopped, the screen lit up. As always, I can depend on them to give me the best source of action. Hmm? Or, no, I should stop overthinking it. She set the device down and proceeded to get dressed. Erica reached out a closed fist and tapped the door in front of her. Kotaha's room was located inside. Nearly instantaneously, the electronic door opened. Oh, hey, Captain. What you need? Hello, Kotoha. I apologize for the abruptness. However, I was wondering if would you'd mind spending the day together. We still don't know each other very well, but I'd like to remedy that. With her cheeks slightly reddened, Kotoha bashfully flung an arm downwards. Of course, I'd love that. Give me a minute, okay? Oh, she's shy. After Erica nodded at her, she disappeared back inside her room. Like, let's go. Are you fucking copying Mario now? Man, I'm like so hungry. You had good timing. Indeed. Why don't you take a seat for now? I'll whip us up something. I'm a good cook, I promise. You won't hear me complaining. I bet you are. You look super mature. Definitely the type who can cook a banging home meal. Ah, thank you. I'm kind of confused. So they have this huge cafeteria with like 30 tables, but there's only 3 people on the ship? I'm so lost. What? I suppose we'll probably find out later, but it just seems oddly suspicious. I was totally right. That was so delish, Captain. I'm glad to hear it. It's just three of us on here. There's no need to be so formal. Kotaha shrugged. I guess not, but to be honest, I just sort of like calling you that. It definitely fits you. Oh, have discerned that after less than 24 you've discerned that after less than 24 hours together? Like definitely. Everything about you screams authority figure. The way you dress, talk, and even walk. Surprised at her colleague's words, Erica blushed and Beverly averted her eyes. Oh, I hadn't realized. They never do. They? What's next? Let's head to the lounge. We can watch something together. Nice. Let's watch an anime then. Anime? Those Japanese cartoons? Well, alright. I must say, I wasn't expecting that. I'd never seen such an, gaudy show. Gaudy? A gaudy show. Underwear, shots, and underage girls. Sexual harassment in the form of breast groping. It should be a PR nightmare. What show did what? What show did Kotaha show her? I know that's like right there, that description right there is probably what, like, I want to say like 30% of anime, but still. Nah, listen up. It's totally fine. Lots of people like this stuff. Is that so? Definitely. Well, maybe ecchi just isn't the right genre for you. Let's try mecha. I like how the first show she shows her is ecchi. Like when I'm introducing anime to someone who's never watched it before, I'm like, you know what we should watch? Freaking To Love Ru. God. Why don't we take a break from shows for a bit? We can just talk. Okay. Kotaha pouted and dramatically pushed her two index fingers together. We don't have to if you prefer not. In contrast to her earlier performance, Kotaha jerked herself back into a more joyous-looking position. Oh, sorry, force of habit. No, that sounds fun too. All right. Erica made sure she properly faced her companion before she spoke again. Oh, okay. So, I guess we're Erica in third person or what? Hmm. Well, I mean, it would make more sense to talk about her other interests than just her dislikes. Like, what do you not like? Now, you want to find something in common. Ah, you like anime, I see that now. What else? Video games for sure. Ah, yes, I've heard of those. Been popular for centuries. A thriving industry, or so I hear. Centuries. Fair enough, we're on a freaking spaceship that has a bar, apparently. Which, by the way, isn't Kotaha too young? I don't know. Maybe they're from a different country other than. Maybe they're from, like, Europe or something. That's alright. You don't play any cat? No, unfortunately, I have not the time for many hobbies, or rather, didn't. Well, we still have time, right? Why don't I teach you how to play? I suppose that would be fine, but I don't think I'll be very good at it. That's totally fine. There are games for people of all skill levels. We can start with an RPG. Again, first time ever playing video games and you start with an RPG? Come on. No, it's a role-playing game. Okay. An RPG? I think I've heard of those before. Something to do with guns, right? Um, no, that's like FPS. You're thinking of the wrong thing. Let me show you. I think you'll enjoy this. I was thinking like she could do like carnival games or, Mario Kart. Something simple. But Kotaha grabbed her superior's hand and led her out the door. May I ask where you got all this gaming equipment? I don't know. I just kind of found it in the luggage container yesterday. Took it 'cause I figured no one else would use it. Funny story, when I plugged it in, it had all my old saves. Someone must have packed it for me. I see. I guess they aren't completely heartless. Like who? No, I'm sorry, I'm just mumbling. Oh, okay. Hmm. With the click of a finger, Kotoha turned one of the consoles on. She picked up two controllers and handed one to Erica. Ellipses. Hey, no need to be so tense. It's easy once you get the hang of it. Here, I'll play through the first chapter. You can watch until you're comfortable trying it yourself. Indeed. Dang, you really got into that, didn't you? I've never seen anyone mash the controller so vigorously. I was almost turned on. Turned on by freaking dude, that's how you get it done right there. I like how it's night now. I mean, is it really night though? Can we what are we going off of Earth system or like Mercury system, which, night is, day is longer than a year there, so almost turned on. That's a funny statement. What? It was a joke, a joke. It was a very interesting joke, Kota. Oh, yes, the game was very fun. I'd like to play again sometime. Sure, no problem. You can come play anytime, as long as I'm awake anyway. Thank you. Then I best be on my way. Good night, Kota. Wait, here, take this with you. She handed her captain a small pile of DVDs. These are some of my favorite animes. There are bound to be at least one that you'll like, I promise. Uh, Thanks again. I'm sure you're right. Mission accomplished flawlessly. Now the real issue is the other one. Will we be able to get along? I'm not so sure. She turned her gaze to the pile of DVDs she'd been given earlier. A smile curled onto her lips and a certain warmth filled her chest. I see. Yes, what I did went beyond what was required. In that case, I really did want to spend time with her. I'm a little apprehensive about this, but they're orders I was given. Not only that, as captain of this ship, I must take responsibility for my crew. Erica heaved a heavy sigh. Let's get this over with, then. She quickly pulled on her clothes before she took a final sigh and stepped out the door. The captain firmly knocked on Sarah's door and silently waited for a response. Ellipses. So it's you. What do you need? Are you taking me home yet? No, rather, I was hoping we could spend the day together and get to know each other. Ah, you're still up to that. I might have worked on that little girl. It might have worked on that little girl, but I won't fall for your tricks so easily. Ah, so you did know that Kotaha and I spent yesterday together? Good, that saves me time. That said, I'm not sure what you mean. There is no trick. It's simply important for a captain to familiarize herself with her ship's crew. Wouldn't you agree? Pretty it up however you like it. It makes no difference to me. So you say, however. I beg that you reconsider. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain from cooperating with me. The blonde woman sighed and crankily waved her hand around in the air. Fine, have it your way. In the end, it makes no difference. Thank you, Sarah. I'm sure you'd like to freshen up a bit before we go. I'll wait here. Take your time. Sure. Let's go. Why don't you take a seat and relax? I can. No, it's all right. I prefer to cook for myself. I'll join you in the kitchen. Okay. As I thought, this won't be easy. You're quite the cook. Of course, I have to be. My fiance can't cook. We're doomed if both of us were helpless. For a quick moment, Erica cringed. So that's how it is. Very sensible of you. I would have thought it was a natural talent. Your movements all seem so purposeful. No, practice makes perfect. It is simply easy to follow instructions. Yes, that makes sense. So what now? I'd rather not stand here awkwardly for any longer. Why don't we go to the lounge for a bit then? All right. So what kinds of shows do you like, or perhaps you'd rather watch a movie? Before Sarah could answer, Kotaha bounded into the room. Hey, what up? What you doing? Gonna watch something? That's right. Alright, then I'll leave you alone. I was gonna hook up another console in here. Sorry for the interruption. No, it's nothing to apologize about. Thank you for being so considerate. Have fun. She nodded and pranced back out the door. Tch, how can you stay so positive in this situation? You seem pretty okay with this too, actually. Well, yes, it's part of the job. Kotaha, I don't know. I believe that's just how she is. It would be wonderful if there were more people like her. How? So you mean to replace me with people like... So you mean to replace people like me? I didn't say that. Yeah, right. You didn't seem to know. You didn't seem to know us beforehand. I bet you weren't told anything about us before we were forced onto this ship. In the back of your mind, I bet you're wishing they could have chosen someone else in my place, whoever they are. That's not true. Every person has their own merit. Your personality may be different from Kotaha and mine, but that doesn't mean you're any less valuable than either of us. In fact, I did some research 2 days ago. Your records say you're an excellent doctor with a spotless record. Not a single mishap. Very impressive. Now you're avoiding saying that I have a bad personality, aren't you? Ellipses. It certainly is different. I must admit that I'm having a bit of difficulty assimilating to your behavior, but so you admit it. God, it's unbearable how you try to avoid saying what you're thinking. I bet you're always like this too. Always trying to make things seem better than they are, just to screw our opinions of you. I bet I know your type. You're just plain manipulative. I apologize. That wasn't my intention to give you such an impression. Well, of course not. It's detrimental to you if I'm aware of your tricks. That isn't what I meant. I'm not trying to manipulate anyone, really. Believe what you want. Maybe you really aren't cons- conscious about it. Still, I have no reason to think otherwise. Look, Sarah, I'm going back to my room. This was a complete waste of time. Not, if you want to mess with someone's head, go play with that kid. I bet she'd love that even. Yeah, I'm sure if you asked her to, I'd. Stop! That's enough. Say what you like about me, but don't involve Kaltua in this. You're taking this much too far. Without another word, Sarah walked out the door. Erica collapsed onto the chair behind her and rubbed her forehead with frustration. What am I even doing? Even if I was even if I was the best choice by their calculations, I'm not sure I'm properly suited for this sort of thing. This won't get easier, will it? This is frustrating. I should try to smooth things over with Sarah, but my legs just won't obey me. I'll try again later. Maybe a nap will help clear my head. Still, I can't bring myself to see her. Is this disgust, hatred? I'm not sure. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll figure it out tomorrow. Erica looked at the screen on her phone device that was in her hands. No new orders today. I suppose I can just rest easy. Good morning, Kotaha. Cap, how you doing? I'm fine, and you? Good, I'm just really hungry. I see. Well, since I'm here, why don't I take care of the cooking? Kotaha's eyes engorged on the size of golf balls. Whew, like, would you really? Uh, of course. Sit tight. That was delicious. Like, thanks so much. Not a problem. For a good moment, Kotaha placed a hand on her chin. Hey, like, did something happen between you and Sarah? The captain quickly turned her gaze to the floor. Why do you ask? Well, I've seen both of you this morning, and you both look totally grumpy. Like I thought Sarah would bite my head off. Scary. Damn, I should have taken care of that yesterday. We had a bit of a fight yesterday, that's all. I guess it put both of us in a bad mood. No, well, I'm sure you two will resolve it eventually. She's just. Fuck, clicked on it on accident. Much to her own surprise, Erica found that she blushed at the compliment. I hope so. Oh man, while they're distracted by each other, I'll pull off a flawless plank, hee hee. Koda shuffled around the lounge and pushed a chair in front of the air vent, then stood upon it while holding a large bag of flour. Heave ho! She used all of her strength to force the contents of the bag into the air vent. Afterwards, she climbed back down and put the chair back in the original spot. I can wait until later to get them. Nah, I just can't resist it. The young mechanic dashed towards the vent control panel and attached to the wall and eyed it for a minute. After finding what she searched for, she quickly pressed the high-pressure air circulation button. Rattle, rattle, rattle. An odd sound echoed through the air vents. Ah, crap. This wasn't supposed to happen. What went wrong? Ellipses. No, I didn't check the settings beforehand. It's set to moisturize. Oh god. Less than 10 seconds later, gooey, wet blobs of flour rained upon the entire ship. Kota slyly creeped into the laundry room. To her chagrin, the captain and doctor were already there, both with disappointed expressions. Hey guys, what brings you here? You bitch! Erica stretched out an arm in warning. Koda, I saw the security video. We know what you did. Oops. It was supposed to be a prank, you know. It wasn't supposed to be all mushy. I just wanted to cover you guys in dry flour. You know, like all those old prank videos. Yeah, like that's any better. My entire wardrobe is ruined. I have to watch everything. That's right, I as well. That flour mixture went straight into the crevices of my closet. I mean, I got my stuff too. This isn't that proof enough that it was an accident? Well, true, that doesn't undo your indiscretion. Look, we're all standing here in our underwear. How humiliating. Well, I mean, it's like we're bonding, you know what they say. You aren't really friends until you hang out in your panties. They don't say that. No one says that. My bad. Is that what they say? Come on, guys, don't give me those looks. We won't do anything. Not yet, anyway. Please don't kill me. Killing you would be too easy. With a scrawny little neck like yours, I could just slice it open with a scalpel. Jesus, okay. Ain't that a little extreme? We can take this out. We can talk this out, girlies. The only thing we'll be doing is torturing you. You must be punished for this injustice against us. As she sensed her imminent doom, Kota ran around in a circle while she randomly flailed her arms about. No! Erica and Sarah burst into laughter as they watched the clueless young woman make a fool of herself. Don't cannibalize me. It's my worst nightmare. Hey, at least Sarah's laughing. Kota, stop. That's enough. We weren't serious. Kota abruptly skidded to a halt, then robotically turned her head to look at her superior. Oh, you were kidding. Of course you were. It's totally obvious. I was just playing along, yeah. Oh, come on. You were scared out of your mind. Maybe. Well, at least they don't seem to be arguing anymore. At least something good came of this, I suppose. Phew. This is much better. It's quite cold when you just wander around in your underwear. Right, and by the book broad like you wouldn't know much about the comfort of spending time lazing around in your underwear, would you? Hmm. People do it by choice? Oh, Cap, it's okay. I still look up to you. I don't get it. Why would you want to do that? Why? You think it's improper? No, like I said, it was cold. It was so unpleasant. Pretty simple-minded for an authority figure. Oh, come now. Let's not get into another argument. Let's eat cake instead. I'm sorry, there's no cake nor all the ingredients for it on this ship. Oh. Cake or not, that was still delicious. By the way, how many days worth of food is on here? To put it simply, that's irrelevant. The ship is essentially self-sustainable. I suppose you wouldn't have noticed since you haven't used the kitchen too much, but there are a couple of rooms in the back for growing plants and meat. Near the bottom of the ship, there is also a room that collects and filters water. It automatically distributes everything as needed. That's why the toilet and showers in our rooms work perfectly well at all hours. It collects water? How? You're in outer space, right? There isn't just fucking water just flying in outer space. That's not how that works. Like, oh, I see. Aren't you the mechanic? Shouldn't you have checked all those things out already? What if there's a malfunction somewhere and you don't know how to get to it? As if she were a turtle retreating into her shell, Kodaha seemed to shrink. That that's a like good question. I guess I really never got around to it. Fuck. I mean, I should probably not go too hard on Kodaha. It's alright, Kodaha. We all make mistakes. Thankfully, nothing bad has happened yet. You still have time to correct your error at no cost. Koda's face lit up with utter joy. Oh, thanks, Captain. You always have my back. I promise I won't let you down. You two are just pathetic. Stop with your little pity party and get some common sense. One mistake and we're all done for. One wrong turn down a hallway in an emergency, and the engine could die. If that happens, well, so will we. Erica wiped the sweat off her brow. She knew that Sarah had said was true. Why, then, had she felt compelled to comfort Kotaha? Well, true, there's no need to be so harsh about it. No one has been harmed yet. Besides, it was just a mistake. Yeah. Well, why don't we talk about something else? Yeah, that sounds good. Agreed. We've been aboard this ship for a minimum of 4 days, but likely more while we were asleep. How long exactly is this trip going to be? With each word, the captain had grown more tense. Both of her juniors took immediate notice. We won't be stopping until our mission is complete. Oh, so what's the mission anyway? With no definitive, with no definitive end in sight. Our mission is classified. I'm unable to disclose anything until have arrived at our designated area. Small droplets of sweat fell down Erica's face. She knew the issue at hand demanded gentle and precise care. And where is the designated area? You will both be informed once we have arrived there. Further details aren't required at this point in time. Before Sarah could ask another question, Kota interjected. Sarah, there's no need to ask so many confusing questions. When the captain's ready to tell us, she will. I, for one, trust her. Without a doubt, she has our best interests at heart. Unlikely, Kota, you're still too inexperienced. This woman wants nothing more than to manipulate us into her bidding. Look at her. She's nervous, sweating even. Ellipses. What am I supposed to do in this sort of situation? I had a feeling this would happen eventually, if only I could postpone it a little longer. Like, what are you talking about? She clearly just isn't feeling well. Isn't that right, Captain? To Erica's surprise, the mechanic gave her a quick wink before she offered her up her arm for support. Without a second thought, the captain stood with Kota's help. That's right. I'm sorry for worrying you both. It seems I'm a bit feverish. Thank you for your concern, Kotaha. I think it would be best if I head back to my room now. I apologize for cutting this short. Oh, maybe I should give you a checkup then. That won't be necessary. However, if I'm still ill tomorrow, I'll let you know first thing in the morning. Is that acceptable? Tch, do what you want. I don't know what you're doing. Don't think I'll fall for it. Sarah, you know better than to antagonize a sick person. Well, whatever. I'm surprised you know such a large word. Hey, no need to go there. Fuck. That was a close one. If it weren't for Kota, I would have been screwed. I owe her one. On the other hand, I need to placate Sarah somehow. If she keeps this up, no, I won't let that happen. For my own sake as well as theirs. She plopped herself on top of her bed. To her, that fluffy bed was one of few comforts. All night it allowed her worries and anxiety to melt away. In the morning it comforted her and promised to be there again after work. In a way, that inanimate object was her ally, but now she knew that it wasn't her only ally. Kotaha would also be there, even despite their short time together. The thought put a smile on her face and drifted into a deep sleep. Awoken by the intense beeping of the emergency alert system, Erica swiftly pushed herself out of bed and flung on her clothes. Without a second thought, she dashed towards the door. Damn, what the hell's going on? She pulled out her PDA and banged on Kotoha's bedroom door. A moment later, the mechanic flew out of her room with an look of intense panic on her face. What's going on? Erica's eyes drifted to the screen of the device in her hands. Several sections of the ship, the parts, that is, they're beginning to overheat. The temperature is steadily rising. There are alerts coming from section 1 and 3. Can you take care of the pod room? Afterwards, head to the command center. I'm going to get Sarah. We'll meet you there. I got it. Kota dashed down the hallway as quickly as she could. Her feet barely kept her on the ground when she turned the corner and slid around the wall like an ice skater. All right. The captain panted on the doctor's door. She held her breath, but hoped Sarah would be cooperative. An irritated, familiar face was revealed when the mechanical door slid open. What? You really didn't hear the alarm? No, I turned off the in-room notifications. What's going on? We need to hurry to the command center. Certain sections of the ship are overheating for some reason. We need to hurry and fix the problem before they get worse. Sarah's irritation turned into anger. Damn it all! I didn't ask to be involved in this. Come on, you can complain later. For now, time is of the essence. Ah. Regardless of their innate feelings, the two women sped towards the control center together. Kodaha, are you here already? Yes, ma'am. I already cleaned up the pod room. Cleaned up? Er. Erica and Sarah walked in the direction of Kotaha's voice. Before them, they found a large surface area of caked on flour mixture covering the main computing unit. Small puffs of steam rose up from beneath the batter. Is that what I think it is? Disgusting. Well, leave it. There's steam coming off of the thing. Kota, get away from that machine right now. If you get too close, you'll get burned. No, it's fine. It'll be all right. The mechanic casually ignored Sarah's warning and began scraping off the batter with her own hands. You fool! Your fingers get irreplaceably damaged if you keep that up. It's like, okay, don't worry, I'm used to the heat. The doctor tried to run to Kotaha, but was immediately stopped by the captain. And the decision next time.